Let's quickly get into it, Mr. Mutale, and let's begin firstly from the letter you submitted, you resigning from the PF, and it not really clarifying or stating why you have left. What is the main reason for you leaving the PF now?
Thank you very much, Justin, for that question. And it's something that actually has come to my attention, that as we are working in the party, we must have an agenda to serve. And an agenda to serve, it has to be a clear route and a clear path to make sure that we are within the framework of the party constitution, and also the public eyes must also understand that we are looking to take up the public office for the best interest of the people, which is contrary to the Patriotic Front as it stands right now. And also losing the election 2021, the issues that made us to lose the election, there are the reasons that we all know that these reasons were being manufactured inside the PF, and also you look at how the members of parliament were being selected and how they were being treated at that time. It was not the liking of the Patriotic Front, but it was the inside job of the Patriotic Front that had an independent agenda, and that agenda I have discussed it quite within the Patriotic Front, and I've discussed it with the president then, Dr. Edgar Chagwarungu, to bring it to his light. But what I have come to realize is that I think it's time to call it a quit, because no matter how hard you go, the big hole keep on widening and widening and widening. It's for me, it has become toxic, really toxic, and it's not rebrandable. It's not rebrandable. Members are looking what is going to happen tomorrow, what you expect and what is discussed. The outcome is totally contrary to what you expect. It's like you have gone into, you've paid to go and watch the soccer game. And when you are watching the soccer game, your player is taking his game into your goal again. Do you understand? And what you expect, it's totally has got nothing to do with the party. So in principle, it's like our leadership that was in party. It's like they are all crowns. You understand? They are all crowns. No direction, no vision, and does not even understand where they have to go. Provided I'm sitting inside the party as a leader, we are all good. What the public says, what the grassroots leaders are saying, and what they are giving, they don't exist. It's all about the eye on top. As long as we can protect ourselves in Central Committee and stay there, no matter how useless we are, we have to be here.
You speak.
Is the party in a danger? Is the party in the danger? Is the party making any progress? That does not matter to the current leadership of Patriotic Front, and it will not happen.
You speak of the public and what the public has been saying. Well, some members of the public and even some members of the Patriotic Front would say, so Bizwell Mutale really had no impact in the party. Him leaving has no influence or impact at all. What's your comment on that?
Anyone has to say whatever he has to say. I've got the policies of the party that I followed, and I have done the work that I had to do within the party. You understand? I have worked. I was not pushed to go to PF. I went to save the people of Zambia and the member of Patriotic Front in the party. We'll find out about that.
Mr. Mutale, you had mentioned previously, God willing, if you're accorded an opportunity to take up the leadership of the PF and become the party president, you would possibly change a few things. We had this conversation a little while back, if my memory serves me right. What exactly has really changed? Because even after all these things you've spoken about were happening, you were still optimistic that you could become the party president, the PF party president, and take it in a better direction. Now this is coming up. Do you believe really that the Patriotic Front is completely dead?
I think if you ask me that much, the wheels are off. Nobody is sitting on the steering to steering this party. In this party, each one for himself. There is a total disunity in the party, total disunity. And there's total disregard of the Patriotic Front members. They have no say. The leadership does not even know why they are there and what they should be doing. This party, from the time that it left the 2021 election, it was one direction only, to hit the wall and melt, and that's how it melted Patriotic Front. If there is any little that is still holding in Patriotic Front, as I've said, this party is not rebrandable, and it can never, by any means, at a rate it has reached, at a rate I have actually observed the things internally and work internally. Will it ever take the helm of this country ever again?
We've
Unless
seen
a miracle.
members of the party who have shown aspirations. I mean, you still have a good number of them who have shown interest to be political party, to be president of the Patriotic Front. You resigned on the other hand. Others would argue saying, look, it's still a very attractive party, and there's a possibility. It still has the highest number of members of parliament in the opposition, away from the PNUP. So that all these factors that we brought up when you talk about it not being rebrandable. But there's a general conference, there's a convention that's supposed to happen soon. Why didn't you wait until then to really ascertain if the rebranding is completely not possible?
Justin, you don't need a scientist. Front members that are still looking forward for the Patriotic Front to come back into power. It's just a matter of time. I want you to take this word I'm going to use now. Nobody is on the steering of Patriotic Front. Nobody. This party is just rolling to the what, whether it goes down, it goes up. There's no one on the steering. This party has lost it, and not just now.
But isn't that the whole purpose of the convention, to have somebody who's going to steer the party on to the next elections? Is that the whole purpose of the convention?
I don't see that how it can change. As I said, the Patriotic Front itself is non-rebrandable at a rate it has reached, because the same toxic that is in there is the same toxic want to come and reposition itself to say that we are going to do a change into Patriotic Front. Why didn't you do the change then when you had the time? You were in the forefront, in the helm of destruction, hitting the party down into the dust, burying it down. You want to come back there and say, no, we want to turn the party around. I don't see that happening, and you mark my word, that won't happen.
So you talk about the party being buried at that particular time, and you saw all these things taking place. Why then did you not think it was convenient for you to leave if you felt that the party was being buried at that time?
You see,
was it because it was in the ruling party?
No. Me, even in the ruling party, I can tell you, I confronted the Secretary General on several occasions with the Deputy Secretary General under one room in his office. And I told him the indicators I saw. I had a meeting with the president, one-on-one. What I'm saying here, I said to the president, there is a danger in the Patriotic Front. Everybody saw Patriotic Front to be in a comfort zone of its own. But these highlights that we are discussing now, what I am telling you, nothing. I'm just telling you the tip of iceberg, not what I have discussed with the leadership in Patriotic Front. What is going on now in the Patriotic Front? It has been known months before towards the election. President Lungu in the party, he confessed, saying that these guys, I can't fire them. I can't do nothing. The only office I can change, it is the office of the police commissioner. I can change him, okay? The rest, I can't change them. I don't know what kind of people are these. Total confusion that was in the party. The president accepted it. And I have said, you know what? Let me make sure that everyone understands this confusion is in the party. You cannot change it because it was benefiting them.
So if you're saying, and you notice that these things could not be done, they couldn't be changed, you still stuck around in the party. You knew this, but you stayed in the party despite your knowledge of this. And this was when it was in the ruling party. Conveniently, you've decided to leave only when it's been put out of power.
Justin, this party put itself out of power. Do you understand? Put out itself out of power. Like I'm saying, there is no one on the wheel.